Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It is Colorado Gives Day, and joining us now is the Vail Valley Charitable Fund, specifically Brooke, their executive director. Welcome to the show, Brooke.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. So Colorado Gives Day is a great opportunity for people in the community to support their local charities with a little bit of an extra incentive, correct?
That's right. Yeah, so this is the largest day of philanthropic giving. And all donations made January 1st through today are boosted through an incentive fund thanks to our friends at First Bank and Colorado Gives Foundation. They used to be the Community First Foundation and switched it up to kind of align more with the statewide giving effort that really is year-round. But donations made today are boosted through that incentive fund.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about the Vail Valley Charitable Fund and
Sure.
what you guys do in the community. I know that you are incredibly important and have provided a lot of critical assistance to people, but let's hear it from you guys.
Absolutely. So the Vail Valley Charitable Fund provides financial assistance for medical crisis. Medical crises oftentimes happen out of nowhere, and our locals find themselves struggling to pay their medical bills, pay for living expenses, keeping a roof over their heads, putting food on the table. So we step in and help with one-time direct aid grants up to $7,500. And we've been around since 1996, and since then we have raised and distributed $9 million to over 2,000 families right here in the Vail Valley.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys have a huge impact every year too, because like you were saying, that those medical emergencies can come out of nowhere, especially living in a resort community, and things are a little bit difficult anyway.
Sure.
And having that little bit of assistance is key, especially when something unexpected comes up, like a severe skiing injury or a severe rafting injury.
Sure. Or stage 4 cancer, right? So that medical spectrum is so wide. And so, yeah, we step in to provide those necessary supports so that individuals can focus on healing, which is essential, right? Because in order for them to get through their medical journey, they just need to focus on their health. So this year alone, we have raised and distributed $313,000 to 83 locals right here in the Vail Valley, just through the direct aid grant program. We also put on 3 different extended grant fundraisers. You alluded to one about a rafting accident. So that was Brian Biggs and his family. He had to move back from college in Montana, and they had to ADA out their entire house. So that's a huge price tag, right? So that was in January. We did a fundraiser for Mark Peck, Dr. Peck, in May, who had ALS, who unfortunately passed away about a month later. And then in August, we helped a local 27-year-old Hannah Goutet, who was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. So again, that just displays the plethora of different medical issues that our locals here are experiencing.
So if somebody did need help from the Vail Valley Charitable Fund, how can they approach you guys? How do you guys kind of decide on aid and what, I guess, is within your purview? Because I would imagine that, you know, some of the more, I don't want to say minor injuries, but that might not necessarily fall under your umbrella, like a broken wrist, for example.
Sure. I mean, so yeah, there's an element of medical crisis means different things to different people, but really the only requirement is that the person lives and or works right here in the Vail Valley. So all the money that we raise and distribute stays right here in the Vail Valley. They can go to our website, vvcf.org, and under Apply for Aid, there's an online application. We have 14 fabulous board members who volunteer all of their time. We meet monthly to review these applications, and they make the decisions with all of the information that is provided. And sometimes it is that full $7,500, sometimes it's not. Sometimes if the need is much greater than that $7,500, we put out an extended grant fundraiser. So really it's all about the individual in need, and we look at the holistic needs of that individual.
Well, and do you guys just do the medical grants and extended grants program, or do you have other programs too that, say, provide dental assistance?
Great question. We do. We have 2 different dental programs. Our Eagle County Smiles Children's Dental Program. That program falls just behind in terms of growth of a special program. We've raised and distributed $63,000 this year to 31 kiddos, all the numbers flying around. And then we have our Eagle County Grins Adult Dental Program, Eagle County Moves Physical Therapy Program, and then the Vail Breast Cancer Subgroup. So other programs, and again, though, everything that falls under medical is kind of where our bread and butter is. So.
Well, and those are all of those other sub-organizations and subgroups. It's still all under the umbrella of the Vail Valley Charitable Fund, correct?
No, not so much.
No, they're not?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But, well, I was hoping you were going to segue into back because I
was.
Yeah,
and so
it.
I was going to kind of ask how,
Yeah.
Those other programs get funding and how the funding for the Vail Valley Charitable Fund impacts all of the different things that you guys do and how people in our community can get involved with the Vail Valley Charitable Fund.
Sure. Well, they can get involved, yes, by supporting direct aid, supporting dental, physical therapy, et cetera. They can also volunteer their time. And really, as we wind back to talk about Colorado Gives Day, I would say whatever program is of interest to you, whether it is helping ensure food security through the community market, whether it's outdoor or in-classroom education, whether it's horse therapy, there are so many different programs and nonprofits in this valley that provide necessary resources to locals here. And really, no donation is too small. So it can be $10, can be $100, can be $1,000. Whatever you can give makes an impact on our nonprofits' abilities to provide these resources every day.
And the Vail Valley Charitable Fund in particular, it's so great that you guys are here to kind of come in those moments of crisis and moments of need when people might not have anywhere else to go.
Sure.
And especially for things like refitting a house for ADA accessibility, if that's something that people need, or supporting some of that long-term care like cancer care that even people who do have insurance, the insurance might not cover anything other than, the bare minimum.
Sure. Or, yeah, and so the insurance requirement really doesn't apply to us because even if someone is insured, for example, they're out of work and getting chemo and radiation for 2 to 3 months, right? So stepping in and helping with those living expenses. If they are uninsured, then that's just a whole nother set of issues. But I will say, we've enhanced our partnership with local medical providers like Vail Health, and they provide their own financial assistance programs that, depending on the income level and whether someone's insured or not, provide a 60 to 100% discount on bills and stuff. And then also being able to call friends at the Edwards Ambulance District or Stedman or whatnot, and trying to get discounts on bills for those people who are applying, so that the grant dollars we give them goes further, that they can use it for their rent, that they can use it for prescriptions, whatever. And again, it just boils down to the individual and the power of meeting an individual where they are now in order to get them to where they need to be. And that takes working with a collaborative effort. So yeah.
So where can people go to support Vail Valley Charitable Fund or donate as part of Colorado Gives Day if they're so inclined? Sure.
So handy dandy little sign here, Eagle County Gives. So we are a local coalition of 56 nonprofits strong. You can go to eaglecountycoloradogives.org, and that is where you can research all of the nonprofits that are actively engaged in this effort. And really determine where your passions lie in order to support these individual organizations. And so you'll do your research and then you'll go to coloradogives.org. And that's where you can essentially create your shopping cart of this organization. This is how much I'm going to give. And honestly, if you did it last year, then your preferences will pop up automatically, which you can easily modify. But strongly encourage you to, again, whether it's $1 or $1 million, go check us out and see what we're about, and help us continue to help others in our community today.
Awesome, Brooke. Well, Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to check out Colorado Gives Day to donate to all of the incredible charities throughout the Vail Valley, especially the Vail Valley Charitable Fund. We'll be right back after a short break.